Hi guys, um, I'm here again with a video trying to somewhat answer some of the questions and some of the issues that are going on that I ran into when trying to basically uh, combine the SuperX and have it control through uh, the Free Sky or FR Sky radio system. Um, and mostly what I want to talk about is the SBus feature and how it kind of it works, but I'm seeing some strange issues with it. Um, so let me go ahead and start by basically showing you guys what I'm doing. First off, what I have two I/O blocks here actually. One is the original Xaircraft I/O block, and the other one is the version 2 model. And I purchased the version 2, of course, because that's the one that supports SBus. However, the SBus hasn't been really working as expected. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So, basically, um, switching on the radio. Uh, and right now, I have everything set up to where I have everything set up to where it's running off the V2 block, which should be SBus compatible, and it's actually plugged in with the SBus. So one of the first problems that I had was I wanted to have more than what's listed as far as the 8 channels. So once you go into SBus, from what I found is that SBus will allow you to carry up to 16 channels. And when doing so, it states here in the this is the SuperX manual. All right, so in the SuperX manual, IOV2 SBus receiver. Okay, it shows that when you do the SBus, that A, E, T, and R, so aileron, elevator, throttle, and rudder, forward the channels of 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that means that when the SBus is activated to say 16 channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, channels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 8 should then basically become 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, I believe. Yeah. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, and 16. So basically, channels 9, 10, 11, and 12 that it shows here should not only show up here, but they should also show up here as well. This should be 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, my results have not been yielding that. What I've been getting is I've been getting channel 9 aileron at aileron here, but I haven't gotten 10, 11, or 12. They're not showing up. However, they do show up on the receiver side. I'm not sure why, but it's just not. It's not forwarding the channel from the receiver to the IOV2 block. So that's something I haven't been able to overcome yet, or I haven't gotten an answer for yet as to why this is happening. So if anyone knows, please feel free to chime in and let me know, because I haven't figured it out yet. Okay, so on to other things. The next thing I've noticed is I'm getting some odd issues when trying to arm the SuperX while in the SBus mode and carrying the 16 channels. Now, actually, let me back things up a bit here. I was never actually able to carry a full 16 channels and have this guy work properly at all. What I was able to do, and to get back to the 16 channels, I'm not sure why. It's like as soon as I cross the, I believe it's 12 channels. Yeah, when I get to 12 channels, that's where I kind of, it maxes out for me. And then when I go to channel 13, nothing seems to work properly. Like all of the preset switches that I have set here just stop working. What I'll do is let me go over that and show you what I'm talking about here. So let's zoom in on this. So here's my radio. And we're going to go into menu, page over. Now, one of the first things I did was I went back over into the mixer. And as you can see in the mixer here, I have aileron, elevator, throttle, rudder. And then on channel 5, we have SE, which is a 3-position switch for my flight mode, which I have listed here. And then channel 6 is going to be SF, which I haven't listed yet, but it's my basically my failsafe or return to home. Coming down, channel 7 I have as S1, which is going to be a one of the knobs here, which I use for gain. And channel 8 I was going to use, well actually initially I wasn't even going to use channel 8. I was trying to use SBus, and at that point I was going to have channel 9 actually to do, let's see, SH. I had channel 9 for lighting. I have a lighting system on board, so I can change the lighting on board, which is just a toggle switch. Channel 10 is SG, and that was going to be for my landing gear. And then channel 11, which is SA, I was going to have that to control the camera gimbal as far as its mode, whether if it's in follow mode or in stationary mode. And then channel 12, I've assigned it to throttle for the moment, and I did this so that I could calibrate the ESCs without having to go through the I/O block. So I just I used channel 12. Let me zoom out first. So I used channel 12, which would have showed up. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which one showed up on channel 4 slot, which also should have showed up at rudder here, but it didn't. But and use that to calibrate the ESCs, so that when I plug them in later on, I could basically have everything set as far as the endpoints and things go. Now, after setting channel 12, which was the maximum channel that I could go to, I was then going to set it back to a one of the switches on the side here, so that I could control the roll motion, or the pitch of the gimbal, whether it was up or down and whatnot. Had I been able to carry more channels, say we went down and we were able to what I thought would have been the 16 channels, I would have had channel 16 as my secondary throttle for setting up and calibrating ESC on. But I wasn't able to carry over 12 channels on the SuperX, and I see people that claim that they are, but I wasn't able to do so. So the maximum amount of channels that I can get with the Taranis radio and the X8R receiver is 12 channels. Okay, so now let's move along to the next issue that I'm having. So when this guy is set up on the 12 channel configuration. All right. And I've done the binding properly here. So the binding of the XR8 when using more than the the other channels. So you want to, if you want 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 9 through 16 basically to show up in the positions where 1 through 8 would have been, you have to. It shows here that you must bind right here. Let's see if we can get the focus. It shows right here in mode 4, D16. And then for that you will get telemetry, and then channels 9 through 16, which will then show up here. And then in order to do that, you must have in place before binding, channels 1 and 2 need to be jumped, and 3 and 4. And for some people that didn't understand, because I didn't know what they meant by jumping, but let me show you what that means. All that simply means is basically taking a simple cable like this, right, and basically plugging it in to channels 1, and then plugging the other in the channel 2. That's all it is. And then, of course, the other one would have been like, basically plugging in channel 3 and channel 4, right? And then at that point, that's when you would power it up, hold in or while powering up, hold in the failsafe, and then bind the transmitter to the receiver. And then once you're done, you would power down the receiver, remove these bind plugs or these jumpers, and that's it, and power back up, and you should be good to go. So that's what that meant by jumping, in case anybody didn't know, because I really didn't know what it meant at first. Alright, so anyway, so this guy is binded. Well, currently right now it's not. I'm going to, what, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and, since we're talking about, go ahead and bind it. This video's running short, but we'll try it anyway. So we're going to plug these guys back in like so. And then we're going to plug these guys back in like so. Alright, so there we are. Now the next step is this is the challenge here, is trying to power this guy up well. Actually, you know what? I can use this to do it. So let's put that up there. Let's go ahead and bind this guy up. Alright, so we're in bind mode. Alright, so let's go over here.